Why you shouldn't follow your gut instincts. Bacteria can talk to you. This intricacies of this conversation make the internet look quaint. There are 4 billion internet users, but you have 10 trillion bacteria in your gut alone that are all sending messages to each other and to you. Your gut can talk to your brain using several biological networks, but we don't always get a clear channel. Because we eat food, and our bacteria likes that food. It's called the gut-brain axis. If you keep eating bad food, your gut will adapt and it'll tell your brain, I want more bad food. So your brain can talk back to your gut through these same channels. Only 1/10 of your nerves are dedicated to the back channel, but represents an important additional technique along with psychobiotics to help you gain control over the microbes in your gut. You can change the composition of your gut overnight just by eating different foods. This is a natural consequence of extreme plasticity of your microbiota, which can reorganize itself in minutes to deal with novel foods in the coming chapters. You will discover more about your intimate relationship with your microbiota, and more importantly, how you can control that association to mitigate depression and anxiety. Gut microbes produce all manner of chemicals to talk with each other and to your gut. That information is relayed to your brain, primarily via the vagus nerve, which is a long, wandering nerve from the brain to all bodily organs. The problem with this communication is that it has very few words. It's mostly, okay, hungry, full. Okay. You are designed so that many of your systems, like your heart, lungs, and gut, are on autopilot. You only know what's going on down there when you have a major problem. You can tune in to the signals coming from your gut. Your microbiota has needs, and over your lifetime has learned how to tell you about them. The gut-brain axis. It's a real thing. We have more neurons from a gene expression point in our gut than our actual brain. When you wake up craving a donut, where do you think that idea came from? Your cravings are often just committee memos sent up from your gut microbes. They contain a complete list of the carbs, the sugars, the fats, everything. So some microbes, especially our friendly bifidobacteria actually, or just bifido, it's great for your colon, produce butyrate, which feeds and heals the lining of your gut. Butyrate can make the way to the train, where it can induce good mood, dampen inflammation, or encourage production of brain growth hormone. All these changes can improve your mood and even help you think better. We like to thrive. We thrive on fiber in your diet. If you feed them fiber and find your mood improving over time, you'll start to yearn for the fiber that makes you feel good. That is a simple Pavlovian way to create a craving. You are conditioned to feed it. It's not just butyrate. Some bacteria, like lactose species, go even further. In studies with people suffering from IBS, it was found that some lactose species actually manipulate the opioid and cannabinoid receptors in your brain, acting almost like a shot of morphine. If you always listen to your gut, you'll get systems. You can get things like bacterial virulence. So Shigella flexuri is another microbe that complains about a lack of sugar by becoming virulent. These are pathogens, but the same principles seem to apply to commensal bacteria as well. If they don't get what they want, they'll start contacting your brain. When that happens, you may not know it directly, but they have always been making you uncomfortable in order to get what they want. That funky feeling that makes you suddenly crave a candy bar or other snack. You may not know why, but you know there's a bonbon-sized hole in your gut, and it quickly becomes your job to fill it. For such tiny creatures, bacteria have an astonishing array of tricks. If your gut is healthy, there will be a composition, bustle of microbes with no one species dominating. That means that no one species can exert too much control. A dysbiotic gut, on the other hand, has less diversity. A few domineering microbes can rule the land, calling out orders for specific foods on a regular basis. You may be able to override these cravings with your superior willpower, but your microbes won't go down without a fight. We are chocolate lovers, pizza lovers, meat and potato eaters. As long as we feel it's part of a personality, we are unlikely to make any changes. But that's just who we are. When you think of your cravings as microbial longings, it may be easier for you to take back control. It's an integral part of our psyche. Since your gut bacteria line your intestines, they come into contact with food you eat. This may affect what nutrients you absorb and how energy is stored in your body. One study examined the gut bacteria in 77 pairs of twins, one of whom was obese and one whom was not. The study found that those who are obese had different gut bacteria than their non-obese twins. In particular, obesity was associated with lower gut bacteria diversity, meaning there were fewer types of bacteria in their gut. Other studies have shown that if the gut bacteria from obese people are put into mice, the mice gain weight. This suggests that gut bacteria could affect weight. This may be due to the effect of bacteria on the digestion of different foods. For example, humans can't digest fiber, but certain gut bacteria can, digesting fiber. These gut bacteria produce a number of chemicals that benefit gut health and possibly promote weight loss. For example, a number of studies have shown that people with high fiber intake have a lower weight, which may be due to the role that gut bacteria play in digesting fiber. A recent study found that the ratio of two types of bacteria in your intestines may determine how much weight you lose. These two bacteria are Protella, which digests fiber and carbohydrates, and Bacteroidetes. People who eat more animal protein and fat have more of. And excuse me for not pronouncing these right. At any given moment, you have 300 some different bacteria in your mouth. We're always discovering new things, new creatures, new species every day. So excuse me. In this study, 62 people were given a high-fiber, whole-grain diet for 26 weeks. Those who had more Protella in their intestines lost 5.1 pounds, more body fat than those Bacteroidetes in their intestines. Your gut bacteria also digest certain antioxidants found in plants known as flavonoids, which may help prevent weight gain. Finally, your gut bacteria can influence how dietary fats are absorbed in the intestines, which may affect how fat is stored in the body. Inflammation occurs when your body activates your immune system to fight infection. Gut affects inflammation. It can also be caused by an unhealthy diet. For example, a diet containing too much fat, sugar, or calories can lead to elevated inflammatory chemicals in the bloodstream and fat tissue, which may contribute to weight gain. Your gut bacteria play an important role in inflammation. Some species produce chemicals like lipopolysaccharides, which cause inflammation. When mice are given lipopolysaccharides, they gain as much weight and have similar increases in blood sugar and insulin as mice fed a high-fat diet. Or certain bacteria can produce LPS and cause weight gain and have similar increases in blood sugar, therefore insulin resistant. A study in 292 people found that those who were overweight had lower gut bacteria diversity and higher levels of C-reactive protein, an inflammatory marker, in the blood. However, some species of intestinal bacteria may reduce inflammation and prevent weight gain. Bifidobacteria and Akkermansia are beneficial species of bacteria that help maintain a healthy gut barrier and prevent inflammatory chemicals from passing from the gut into the bloodstream. Studies in mice have found that Akkermansia can reduce weight gain and insulin resistance by reducing inflammation. Similarly, when mice were fed prebiotic fibers to help increase bifidobacteria in the gut, weight gain and insulin resistance decreased without affecting energy intake. Prebiotics feed probiotics. Your body produces a number of different hormones that affect your appetite, including leptin, ghrelin, peptide. Gut protects chemicals that make you hungry or full. Some studies have shown that different bacteria in the gut can affect how much of these hormones are produced and whether you feel hungry or full. Some short-chain fatty acids are chemicals that are produced when certain species of gut bacteria break down fiber. One of these is known as propionate. One study in 60 overweight adults found that taking propionate for 24 weeks significantly increased levels of the hormone GLP-1 and GLP-1, both of which influence hunger. People who took propionate also had reduced food intake and reduced weight gain. Other studies have shown that prebiotic supplements, which contain compounds that are fermented by gut bacteria, can have similar effect on appetite. People who ate 16 grams of prebiotics per day for 2 weeks had higher levels of hydrogen in their breath. This indicates gut bacterial fermentation. less hunger, and higher levels of the hormone GLP-1 and PYY, which make you feel full. This means take prebiotics to feed your probiotics, and you'll feel satiated. Actually, being satiated has to do with your gut microbes, and not portion. Check our vids below, and remember, each one teach one.